my background was for many years in the health service, and we used to talk about breaking the cycle of deprivation in health terms. And the disadvantage in health terms is really about increased morbidity and mortality amongst disadvantaged groups. So there's the health services particular gap, if you like. And it seeks to address those things very often in a reactive way. So we'll give you treatment because you've been smoking all your life. Well, the preventative part of that would be, why don't you go into primary schools and educate kids on how not to smoke in the first place? And when you get to education, then I think there's a real opportunity to break intergenerational cycles. Hence my interest on behalf of the foundation. And it struck me that the collaborative element and the long-term element of Growing Minds was very important, because I haven't been doing this for very long, but one of the things that I hear often is that disadvantaged communities get tired, or they get project weary sometimes. So with the best will in the world, people dip in and out, and one good thing lasts for a while and then something else pitches up, and communities feel kind of done to rather than done for, if you like. So the long-term element for me is attractive. The collaborative element is attractive, because I also noticed that there are many organizations that have a similar client group, and they might be doing similar things on behalf of that client group. And coming together can be quite powerful, I think. I have one potential wish for the future, which would be that early years, 0 to 4, is obviously important. As far as this project is concerned, I accept fully that that's the focus. I have some concern that the children who are already in the gap at school, their gap is getting wider all the time. And there'll be a number of generations in that gap, of course, between years 5 and potentially 17. What does one do about them? Or what can one lobby to be done on their behalf? So we, for example, also support Quest for Learning and assisted reading for children. But you see my point. It's an attempt, if you like, to assist at all levels. What is the one ask that I might have for the future? Well, the answer is money, I suppose. But then I thought a bit more about that, and I thought, well, what does that mean? And it doesn't necessarily mean access to the private sector or the voluntary sector, because I think, for example, there is one council somewhere in the UK that itself funds the Imagination Library for every single baby in its district. Now, there's an example of government organizations stepping in and saying that they will do something. And, it's 500 children at £25 a year is actually not a lot of money when you think about the benefits of just one part of the Growing Minds program. So, there is a potential, I think, to lobby and cajole and do all sorts to chip away at this issue.